Our love of the Alps has brought us back again to enjoy the stunning scenery and search out the wildflowers that grow in this beautiful region. This interest in the flowers we come across in our climbs started many years ago and a lot nearer home. In this instance, during a climb up a gully in the Lake District, we found the early purple saxifrage. There's always been a bit of friendly rivalry between me and Audrey as to who finds the orchid first, and Audrey usually wins. Because of my interest in alpines, I dug up the lawn in the front garden and converted it into an alpine mountain scree. And with careful management, some of the more common native wild orchids have now colonised my back garden. It was with this enthusiasm we set off for the Alps. Now being both retired, we could look forward to 4 weeks holiday with more time to find the rarer alpine plants. On our first walk, high on the mountainside above Chamonix and opposite Mont Blanc, it was the day of the National Paragliding Championships. But we were here for our first high-level walk, and because of the late snow melt, we were disappointed by the lack of mountain flowers, but the views were superb. It's almost impossible to reach the Detour Glacier in a day from Chamonix without using the chairlift. As we climbed up to the glacier on this north-facing slope, we realised it was still winter up here. By keeping perfectly still, we watched some of the marmots. They'd probably only just emerged from their winter hibernation. This is the spectacular glacier near Chamonix, but we soon realised the only way to get onto it was down the ladders. We didn't expect to find any alpines in this harsh environment, but we just found one, this alpine toadflax. The valley below Zermatt is more sheltered, and spring comes earlier here. It's an absolute delight to wander along the sides of the valley, along the many paths that wander in and out of the alpine meadows. Probably the most famous mountain in the Alps, the Matterhorn. Here at almost 11,000 feet we are back in winter again. Only the hardiest alpine flowers, the spring gentians, are flowering, and mostly on the sheltered south-facing slopes.
Good are they?
On the lower slopes surrounding the Matterhorn, where the river stumbled down from the glaciers, we find the marsh orchid and the bird's eye primrose, two of the earlier flowers heralding the approach of warmer days. Growing amongst the mountain avens, we found a real gem, the bass flower, just like the ones I'd grown in my front garden back home. We've now moved to the mountain surrounding St Moritz in the upper Engadine Valley, with its many lakeside and mountain walks. Today the cable car has opened for the start of the summer season, and we are going up to 11,000 feet, back to the snows of winter. This is a world of permanent snows and glaciers, and summer skiing. And looking across the mountains into Austria, the mountains seem to go on forever. Let's leave the opening of the cable car celebrations and walk down into early summer. In 4 hours we are going to descend almost 5,000 feet down through the seasons. Down now into the alpine meadows with its wild lilies and orchids. It's hard to imagine that just over 4 hours ago we started our walk in winter. Over the past 3 weeks we'd find many of the rarer mountain flowers, but after several searches the most elusive and famous wild orchid had still eluded us. This lady could only confirm that it had been seen in the area in recent years. So, with our hopes raised again, we set off on the Glacier Express to search an area we'd previously visited several years ago. We've just got off the train at Prador, we've just come up from Bagoon and we're going to walk down the valley and we're looking for the lady slipper orchid, but we think we might be too early. We concentrated our search where it had been seen growing several years ago. It's about 10 years since we came down this path and we found what we were looking for, the lady's slipper orchid. This was the ultimate find, the very rare lady's slipper orchid. There are just 2 plants left in England, growing in a secret location. Well, Audrey, this is the only time I've ever found something before you, and I think you're a little bit mad.
David found the first lot, but I've found the second ones and they are bigger and better.
Back at our motorhome, the orchid find was cause for a little celebration. We'd set off on holiday to find this elusive orchid, and that's exactly what we'd achieved.